Hello, it is playoff time. Welcome. I am so excited to be here. So much looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this for a while. I mean, it's just nothing beats playoffs. And playoffs this season seem particularly spicy. No clear favorites really across any region, across any division. It has been so hyper competitive across the board. I cannot wait to see what happens here in this postseason. Officially kicks off here today. We're in your very first match. You got a double elim bracket, top 8 here in EMEA Master. Fortunately, there's no OWCS promotion relegation this season because there's no stage 4, right? There's no stage to promote into. It is really just kind of for some cash and some ego, I mean, that's what's got on the line here, but I think that's a damn good reason to play some video games. Let's take a look at our standings. Let's see where everybody finished here at the end of regular season. You have a double elim bracket, top 8 teams, adds aplenty. We can get those out of the way. And of course it is, pretty standard affair here. 1 versus 8 seed, SRP check being your 1 seed, Dreamlight was your 2 seed, Mew 3 was your 3rd seed, and then Ereus comes in at your 4th seed. Can't wait to watch some Volta Lucio gameplay. You damn right. Oh, you damn right. You get the jazzy sounds of Volta. We got Ereus here. You get the jazzy sounds of Volta. Oh, and this matchup we have here today, we'll get into it, but this feels like, I don't know, there's something feels kind of faded about these two teams. Ereus did take the 3-0 in this head-to-head, but I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves. Ereus taking on Starbits. Ereus, I felt like, was a favorite of the entire season. I was surprised to see them down in 4th place. I mean, you had 2 13-2 teams and 3 12-3 teams. So, the top of the standings could not have gotten any closer between your top 5 teams here. Now, I will say, Ereus put up a hell of a 3-0. Over Starbits last time we saw them on. Give me a Lijiang Tower pick. It was Ereus who got that pick. Oh, we didn't see the ban. Starbits, Ereus. Both have very similar looking records this season. Both 12-3. But Ereus stumbled there in the middle. They run into SRP's CMU 3 and Gas T3 all in a row. They opened up 7-0. We're the last team to hold on to that undefeated streak. Dropped 3 in a row, and then went out 5 in a row. So, they finish out the season. They finish out this past week, right? That's like the 12th through the 19th. That's like last week. But they're able to win it out against, Dreamlight and against Starbits. So 2 very, very important 3-0s in that as well. These were dominant performances against these fellow top teams. And really, I think, spoke volumes about Ereus coming into this postseason. We're going to get Starbits banning out the Venture. Don't even have to ask on this one. Jesper Swag is in still. Which the lineups are done after the bans. Ereus banned out the Roadhog. All right, let's get a side swap for you. We're getting to map 1. Show me some Overwatch. Oh, yeah, this match was just starting. They just pushed it back 30 minutes for whatever, they had to wait for somebody to get home from work or whatever. So this match got pushed back 30 minutes. Just gave us a little bit of time to kind of, check in around the league, kind of set the stage, see how, other matches were coming along. But no, it's time to get into this one. Ereus versus Starbits. Your 4th versus your 5th seed. The spiritual successor of Team 0907 in the blue outlines of Starbits, with Majid leading with these Hazard right out of the gate. Again, it's our first look at Wuyong in FACEIT League. Yeah, no, unfortunately, with Wuyong in the mix, it is, there's no jazzy sounds of Volta, no Lucio here. It is going to be Wuyong and Kiriko to start things off for both sides. We are seeing the difference of the double flex DPS. Even though we get the Venture ban, you do still have the Reaper pick here from Jesper Swag. Yeah, and this Wuyong just puts out just an immense amount of damage. You see, using those orbs to kind of help cover the flank, help China there on the right-hand side. It's my first time. It's not my first time casting Lijiang, but It's like close to it. For our first time in FACEIT League with it, so we'll still be learning kind of the rhythm of this hero. At least how it works with these teams. China finds a pair of kills here to kind of close out the back of this fight. Oh! Man, shot from Daki. All right, all right. Xenophi, I appreciate the update. That is gonna be the title blast thrown on to Pingu, or excuse me, thrown on to China. They run forward. Woo! Get the knockdown on Turbo Smooth, land a pulse on his Zypher, and I hit the wrong palm. Oh my goodness. A disastrous turn for me, but a wonderful turn there for Ereus. They're gonna push this to 75%. Banter Life, I appreciate the follow. Thank you for being here. Daki, now with this Kitsune Rush, needs to live through this, is able to find a swift step out. He's gonna duck it and dodge and see if he can find some safe ground. Majin is still super low as we do get this Kitsune Rush on the point. Turbo Smooth down in the fight. Starbits are gonna be fighting from the back foot. IQ Mighty, one of the new Persona skins, by the way, getting pressured. Throws in the title blast onto Zypher. Zypher's able to run forward and Jesper Swag taken down by the explosion, but still not enough punching power to overtake Ereus, and they'll come out on top here in this opening round. Ereus have China itself. How can they lose? I mean, you know, valid.
Ready for battle.
Any changes? I'm gonna pour myself a cup of tea. There's a change for you. No changes compositionally, though. From either team. Zypher and the Soldier seems to be kind of could be a weak point. Ends up being a strong point here early in this fight. Able to draw the aggro of two players. And meanwhile, you see IQ and Majin just kind of take over here on this left-hand food court side, picking up kills all along the way. And we'll get Starbits with some percentage on the board for the first time today. Master Division playoffs are actually happening now. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, FACEIT, for the drops, by the way. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. China with an opening pick. Very quickly, we see Ereus moving on to this objective to take it back. What are we looking at? Ooh, the wall to prevent the retreat. Still, Majin cannot get away. Or to cover the retreat, rather. I think it was still, I mean, it was just clean up kills at that point in the fight. China had already opened up with a couple of wonderful picks. It was built up towards another pulse bomb already. R4 Saber, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. We are so close to 5,000 follows. Oh, I really need to get that goal up. We are so close. That'll be a fun goal to hit. That's an enormous goal. Actually, I need to get that up. Majin wins that duel. Oh, Jesper Swag turns the corner alongside China, though. Finds revenge. He's still not been able to take down Majin. It's that beautiful wall. Still, the reinforcements are there enough to keep Jesper Swag alive through that fight. And despite some fancy maneuvers, Majin will not make it out alive. 50% counting on the board here for Ereus. I thought Lars support player? Negatory. He's just off-rolling. He's that good. I mean... Oh, shoot. I gotta remember to go to China on these title blasts, right? I mean, that one gets thwarted. Again, I'm still kind of learning how we're gonna use that ultimate. I mean, we've seen it use an OWCS, but I mean, as far as me observing it and casting it, firsthand. I gotta get quicker. I gotta get quicker onto the tracer pov. I mean, it's twice we've seen it thrown on China. First one had great effect, fight winning. Second time, not so much. It was a little bit more telegraphed, a little more expected, I think, from Ereus. I mean, from Starbits. Starbits expected it this time around. Turbo Smooth gets their own tidal blast, goes in, finds too. We had a downpour thrown into that mix. It's more than enough to take the point back. A reset out of area, so you're 50% on the board and counting for Starbits. I kind of mentioned at the top of the series, Starbits are the spiritual successor of Team 0907. They have been participating in FACEIT League from Season 1, from the very, very beginning. Took your Expert Championship in both Seasons 1 and 3. And have been a Master Division here ever since. I've never been able to claim a Master Division Championship, though. I'm looking to have their best placement ever. Not going to work out for them in that team fight. They tried to just plug the choke, but Kitsune, Rush, Pulse Bomb thrown in from Texel and China respectively, and they're able to bust through. Ereus now just need to hold for one more fight. Take this opening 1-0 late. Majin makes it onto the objective. Jesper Swag going, hey, how did you get through? Grab throw it in. You're going to catch Majin. Death Blossom in the mix on that. And that is just disaster here for Starbits. All the tools from Ereus. They'll close out this opening map on Lijiang Tower. It's a 1-0 lead to start off your upper bracket quarterfinals. B-Bip, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. WPG-Bic here out of Starbits. So a whole new pool of escort maps to choose from. Starbits go back to the one that's been in the map pool for all season. One of our 4 maps that stayed in the pool from regular season into postseason. Ilios, Watchpoint, King, Suravasa. The only 4 that stayed. At least we get to see bans here. It's giving me a ball ban out of Starbits. Swap sides, go on in the attack. Let's look at some stats there from map 1. Felt like Lars was pretty darn dominant. Lars does, in fact, have most elims, actually tied with Texal for that. Look at Texal. Texal putting out more damage than either support player, putting out more elims than either support player. My goodness. Texal with a hell of an opening map. Also Pingu. I mean, Pingu and Texal both at 4,600 damage. It's ridiculous how close the entirety of the squishies are. There's less than 100 damage separating... Yeah, there's less than 100 damage separating China, Jesper Swag, Texal, and Pingu. That is wild. I don't think I've ever seen that, yo. That's crazy town. That's incredible. 14 assists from Texal and the 17-4 opener there. Backline doing work. And we would have a Freya ban from Ereus. Let's get into map 2 for your upper bracket quarterfinals. Upper bracket round 1, whichever you want to call it. Yep, we're headed to Jimmy. Let's see who's the better Winton. Do we get Wintons? Oh yeah, we get some Wintons. Lars showing us that Winton. Let's get some Winton emotes. Winton emotes free for the people here in the stream. Let's see some Winton emotes in chat. We're gonna get... Yes, give me some Winton emotes. Perfect. Yes, exactly. Exactly, ICAV. That might just be your, that might just be the thumbnail for this match right there. We are getting China in a Symmetra to kind of keep this backline moving. You see, holding this high ground. What an interesting setup. You're able to use the teleporter just to move between crucial points on this high ground. Help defend that corner. Try to move in and just throw in some right clicks. Ooh, lands one on the Zypher for a great pick. We've also had ICAV stepping in for Jesper Swack here for this second map. All right, Zypher goes over to the Cassidy. Let's see if we can just move up to this high ground. Stainless, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Take it over with just sheer punching power. So far, you're kind of stuck on the corner. It's a 1-for-1 trade. You do have the defense holding center box, but Majin and minimal to work around. Oh, I mean, losing Daki on this approach, though, I think Majin's just got to get out. Where's IQ? Okay, IQ's made it back into this fight. ICAV fighting Zypher, not ideal, though. And Starbit's kind of struggling to keep everybody alive here in this opening fight. But you do enough damage, you're able to force Ereus back a little bit, get some small progress into the car wash. I don't know if there's enough presence here to hold this high ground. Let's see what Lars wants to do. Oh yeah, good point, Uberog. It's Phil. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Oh, okay, Mighty shuts down ICAV. The pulse bomb completely canceled. Like, is a pulse jacks? Something of the like. There's a response. Trying to just shoot through the massive health pool. We did get the tidal blast thrown onto Zypher. Top them back up. Lars has to go up back to the high ground, but this defense has been able to just kind of juggle that high ground back and forth. And have stabilized here. Oh, we got Iquine with the dad joke. Let's go. Only 60 seconds to work with. You know, Starbits did get that high ground position. Let's see if they can use it. Teleport goes to server. Yeah, your teleporter goes into server room. Photon barrier up from this defense. Majin's been able to claim a little bit of high ground. Trying to converge in onto that server room. Take that back over. Oh, good wall. Pingu gets caught. Texel isolated as well. You're able to fight both supports. So Starbits very carefully poise themselves around this point A. Take control of server. You saw Majin moved up to the high ground catwalk just to move in and find a safe approach. But they're able to get it done, get this point on the board. What a calculated approach out of Starbits. Now, not much time to work with. I think a swift step from Texel is able to get out of downpour, but still Zypher and IQ Mighty find the kills. Lars was caught in that ultimate. And Starbit's able to keep this cart moving. Try to set up. Do they get shuttle control? That's the important part here. Options Blue, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Appreciate everybody being here today. Playoff time, you know? All right, teleport up to that high ground. Majin's wall buys time for Daki to get up here with this Kitsune rush. Disengaged from Starbits, drops to the low ground where they're going to throw their own rush back towards the objective. Lars jumps into, well, just a smash from IQ Mighty. They will cart Princess this thing all the way home. Zypher chasing out some kills. 2 points on the board. That was a speed run through point B. One of the more difficult points to take. You know, one of the more defensively favored objectives in all of Overwatch. Nobody told Starbits. Tengu throws the tidal blast onto ICAV. They run forward. Stick lands after the Suzu was pulled out. Zypher responds with a dead eye. We did get a tidal blast invested as well. Not sure where that one went. Guessing Turbo Smooth, although I did not see Turbo Smooth find any contact with it. Primal from the defensive Lars. Ooh, the swift step out at 1 health. Lars finds Zypher. And that might just take enough of the damage out of the composition to force a retreat. 2 minutes to go here from Starbits. Lars with the back jump. Oh. Downpour caught the Ana. This Texel swapping over that here. Docky chases Lars down with a volley of headshots in a Kitsune rush back towards this soft underbelly of this defense. We did get a nano boost onto ICAV, the electric cowboy in play here. Lands the headshot, but it's the only one we're gonna see. Lars back. Not even close to a primal. Is there enough attackers left to punch this home? IQ Mighty drops in the defense and starting to stabilize with that defender's spawn advantage. And Starbits running out of gas here. 65 seconds to go. Alright, Majin able to stage on the catwalk. Zypher, you can clear some space with the Deadeye. See what Majin does with it. Takes a lot of damage. That's what Majin does. It looks like Majin actually received the Tidal Blast just for the extra healing, perhaps. Gets a kill on a Texel, but the Prebo out of Lars has traded this back out. 3v3 on the point. 25 seconds to go. China and Pingu here holding down the left side of the map. Zypher playing here kind of far back. Not able to find any targets over the course of these 5 seconds. It falls back. Precious little time remains. Starbits need every one of those. See if they can find an opening pick. ICAV with a Deadeye as the OT is started. Kitsune Rush tossed in from Daki right over the objective. Turbo Smooth already down. It's going to be up to Majin here to hold down the fort. It's going to be the downpour thrown in. Can't find any targets there on the other side of Orange Box. Leaps onto ICAV. The roll in the bubble. And the C9! Oh no! The defense completely neglects the point. All 5 alive and not a single one of them on the cart. What a fumble there from the Areus defense. From a typically extraordinarily consistent, fundamentally sound squad, give up a massive error on the back of Watchpoint Gibraltar. Melody, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a great stream. Oh my. Oh my.
Ready for battle.
Pingu 10-1 in that opening defense. Very close stat-wise. Sorry, I should take a look at that a little bit sooner. Texel, he's gonna stick with the Sana here on this attack and lands a huge Bionic right out of the gate. Still, Majin shrugs it off. We're gonna move back in and try to whole catwalk. What happened to my Zarya OTP? Not on this map. Not on this map. Oh, Pingu tried to water surf away. No luck. No luck. He found his inner Korean. Volta would never. Actually, that's too funny. Hey, you leave poor Pingu alone. All right, you leave Pingu alone. It was a pretty nasty C9. Majin comes in, is on the defense, by the way. Comes in from that very aggressive position on the catwalk, just leapt in. And the entirety of Ereus is happy to, well, just point all of their guns at Majin's direction. That was a very ambitious engagement, and Majin gets just destroyed. Exotic Ed, thank you for the follow. Insane. Interesting name. Yeah, that was genuine, like, C9 of the year. Like, that was really bad. Very egregious C9. And again, kind of my point at the top of these defenses, you know, Ereus I don't feel like I see them make mistakes like that. Zypher with a beautiful 2-piece. Lars receives the Tidal Blast. They think they'll take him down. But Zypher had a Tidal Blast of their own. Plenty of shielding there to shrug off the aggress from Lars. And Ereus is sent packing here. Good Suzu. Downpours exchange. Kitsune rush. Thrown in from Ereus. Majin trying to climb back up and escape. It cannot. Daki now in a lot of pressure. Whoop. Okay, is able to swift step away. It was turbo smooth. He was able to bail them out there. But, you know, no tank here. Nobody to hold this. Turbo smooth, yeah, is way behind enemy lines, by the way. All right, Texel has been made aware of Turbo Smooth. Oh, tried to go in for the pulls, not gonna land it, but you beautifully can join with Zypher on that left side. Actually create a beautiful flank. Pair of kills here for the defense, and Starbits will stabilize. It was an ITAB. Deadeye doesn't really do much. Trying to slow walking the cart around the corner. Let's see. I heard the rejuvenating wave go down. Let's see, where was that happening? See a lot of low health bars on both sides. It's Lars who's going to go ahead and try to push forward. They actually claimed that kill. When you're playing into the opposing Kitsune rush, it's Lars with the title. They're going to claim the title to this hangar bay. It belongs to them. Ereus in control. 3.5 to work with here. Majin got very aggressive there. Majin played on the other side of the pipes. We do get the Kitsune rush invested here from Ereus, but a Tidal Blast lands. I believe that was on the Turbo Smooth. Yeah, that's where we should have been watching there. Turbo Smooth is able to find a couple through that. It's a beautiful Tidal Blast. It turns that around. And what an interesting the counter. That Tidal Blast is so good. I mean, it completely devalues the Kitsune rush. which is, you know, been traditionally such a high value ultimate, such a high fight win percentage on that ultimate. Yeah, Starbit's not able to take 35 second. Unfortunately, they're gonna have to hold him here. But it's been a good start. Majin's downpour does not catch anything. So Majin once again positioning themselves extremely aggressively. This time able to use their own wall and the violent leap to get away. Deadeye thrown in from ICAV, turning around the corner. Almost caught. Turbo Smooth almost returning the favor. Zypher barely able, excuse me, that was ICAV, barely able to roll out of that pulse bomb. Kitsune rush now up from the defense. Pingu throws in the title blast onto China. China runs in, finds the kill on IQ Mighty in the back with the help from Lars. Might have been on to Zypher there as we were looking at. Either way, it's a swift finish here for the map. We're looking at a desperate attempt from Majin to try to hold. At the end of the day, it is a minute 27 advantage for Ereus, despite the fumble in the back of their own defense.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
Still pretty darn even. And you're looking at minimum 4, maximum 10 deaths. There for Starbits. Look at minimum 3, maximum 9 deaths there for Ereus. Max 22 elims for Starbits, max 23 for Pingu and Ereus. I mean, super close. 13k damage for Majin. 15 for Lars. Looking at Pingu's damage. Pingu 11k damage. That's nuts. 11k damage on the Wuyong. Actually, that might have to be our. That's probably going to be our cover. The debut of Wuyong in the Persona 5 skin. That's going to be your thumbnail for sure. Give me Pingu's Wuyong. Or IQ Mighties, whichever. What is that? Pingu has the gold staff. IQ Mighty has the galactic staff. I gotta say, the gold looks really good. Okay. Lars is gonna get a bird down here in this 1 minute extra innings push from Starbits. I will stop talking about aesthetics here. We are a playoff after all. But you know what? Trades end up favoring Starbits in a huge pick as Majin gets the mark kill onto Pingu up top. That is the most important kill of them yet. Beautiful jagged wall. Deny Texal's retreat, but Majin does not want to overstep. Lars has moved back into the Winton here for this defense. Bubble already is. They're going to leap away. ICAP gets a several bullet shot to take down Zypher. Playing off this high ground. Beautiful sight lines. Put damage down Majin's direction. Majin puts up the block, trying to back away. Cannot escape into server. And this defense will hold here around the final corner point A. But I mean, Turbo Smooth coming up on a pulse. Is able to find a kill into ICAV. There's a possibility for a miracle. It quickly vanished. There's the hold from Ereus.
Complete. Score 3-3. Switching sides.
I'd like to see this Voltsa player. Unlikely to happen here in this meta, unfortunately. Damn good Lucio, though. That's where your box of victory sits. Could be better for Starbits. Could be worse. We've seen plenty of fuller holds here in WPG.
Ready for battle.
Why does I see a xylophone in chat saying, imagine they didn't start sim? China showing us the sim. So also in chat earlier, somebody said Docky carrying. Huge opening pick, finds ICAP. This extra innings defense. A little over 2 minutes, plenty of times for an ult cycle here from Ereus. In China, we'll go ahead and swap on to the Tracer after a bit of tomfoolery there to open up this attack. ICAP finds a beautiful shot. That's the opener. Ereus are now in a massively strong position. ICAP finds Maj, and they're not going to make it out either. 3-odd cart, get this objective there as quickly as possible. Ereus would love it if they could only need one more fight to get through. Looking at the distance, I think that's going to be the case. No ults coming up online for this defense. Actually, Zypher's not too far away, but China gets the long distance headshot for the finisher. What a convergence there from Lars in China. Able to take Zypher out of this fight. I think would have been the only thing that could have stopped Ereus here. As it stands, they relentlessly march to a 2-0 lead. Docky with a hell of a map. Unfortunately, will not be enough to turn this one around. Suravasa pick here out of Starbits. Staying in the red outlines, no doubt. Well, I'd like to see a Wuyong band, to see Kit and Volta pull out the Lucio. Starbits are choosing to go into the blue outlines. They're like, no, wait a minute. The blue outlines are really our thing. That's where we like to be. That's highly unusual. Highly unusual. Nobody ever chooses to go into the blue outlines. It's a Reaper ban out of Starbits. Let's go look at some stats from map 2. Feel like ICAP kind of came in and took over. Yeah, the stats will reflect that. 14k damage in that 28 and 12. 28 and 12. Watchpoint Gibraltar there from ICAP. Still, I mean, massive impact. Massive, massive impact. A Reaper ban, huh? A Reaper ban. All right, so we're going to deny the double flex DPS. So, I mean, I think that indicates to me Starbits looking to stay with this hazards. What Majin's been trying to use all series long, at least for these first couple of maps. Now, I mean, yeah, you don't ban out the Zarya, you know? I mean, maybe they're trying to see if they can save that ban, save that all-important ban for a little bit later in the season. In the series. But we've got a Wuyong ban. We are actually getting it. Area's banning out. Oh no, I forgot to add Wuyong into my bans. I do not have a Wuyong ban. Oh no! I totally forgot to add a Wuyong ban.
2, 1. Initial flashpoint. Mark it.
Okay, wait. I'm gonna fix this real quick. I'm gonna give you all a quick hack. Boom Stocks, thank you so much for the raid. Oh, no, I'm just gonna have to fix it later. Here, we'll do this. There you go. Sorry. Okay. That'll have to do. Sorry, that took a little longer than I intended. But yes, we do have the jazzy sounds of Volta with the Lijiang band. I'll have to get that fixed after this match. I'll have that fixed for NA tonight. So sorry. I can't wait for my ears to start bleeding. Hey, I love the jazzy sounds of Volta. Oh, we did not get a touch at the end. Turbo Smooth falls there right at the very end. Majin leaps off. I thought we were going to get a final fight there. It does not happen. Majin goes down at the very end of this fight. We get the good cleanup there from Ereus. Mind, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Good spawn for Ereus as well, as Lars is kind of able to hold this straight outside the palace. Of course, we did get Turbo Smooth sneaking around. Doing a little all sneaky. Ooh, Creeping Tracer. Oh, Creeping Tray. Now been fouled out the back line. The Lucio Carry will fend them off. Meanwhile, we got Tectonic Shock bubbled up and invested from Jesper Swag. Gets the drill dash. The finish on to Zypher. Consider rush. Woo! Turbo Smooth. Look like you almost got that. Able to fight a killer. Jefferson making Texel? Texel strikes back. Ends up fighting too late in this fight to give Ereus that cap. Volta too good. Volta just too good. We're going to get sound barriers here in this next fight. IQ Mighty can be left with a decision. All right. You've got, well, I mean, I guess, you know, tank ult available for both sides. Majin moving all the way back around to Chandeliers. See if they can find ICAV. There's the leaf in. Down, Soundbarrier has been invested here from Volta. ICAV just barely able to escape that downpour. Dueling overclock thrown onto the point. IQ Mighty only hits them and Zypher with this sound barrier. Is it going to be enough? Doki's able to find Volta. The OC itself doesn't claim anything, but Turbo Smooth finds too. Starbits get some percentage built here. Okay, Kitsune Rush is the only ultimate here from Starbits. Oh! But Lars just disappears in the blink of an eye. Does manage to find Zypher before going down, so takes a large chunk of the damage off the table with them. But it still feels like this should be advantage, Starbits. Nobody told ICAV that. ICAV finding Doki. Volta low, looking to regroup. Lars back in this fight. Starbits do have control of the palace currently. Majin kind of running it by themselves towards Chandelier's side. Let's see where your reinforcements. Here comes IQ Mighty trying to regroup just as Majin leaps back onto the point to prevent the cap. Timmy a solo grab and a Kitsune rush to eliminate Majin from the equation. Ereus decided they're going to multiply by 0. Let's just nullify this thing. Invest heavy, claim the point at 91%. It's going to be good enough for a 2-0. Fight kind of taking place in transition here. The downpour is going to catch ICAV. I love this play. Majin getting aggressive. Unfortunately, the wall was not quite in time. I think there was an attempt to catch Texel on that right-hand side. I think that's who that was. I didn't catch it, to be perfectly honest. Either Texel, may have been Jesper. But despite the good start, Jesper's able to come up with 2, swinging this fight around. Now we're at a 3v3 as Jesper bit off more than they could chew. Actually, it is a 4v3. ICAV has returned. First cap to Ereus. Little swag nation going on in here. You know, I love it. Swag! Sorry, that was that's a Silicon Valley reference there for you. Swag! Swag! Great show, by the way, great show. Docky just tried to ego that one. Ends up in a 1v3 trying to ego dual Texall. So this just slows things down. Starbits have got to get Turbo Smooth out in one piece, regroup for a nice attack here. This is a big split, but oh, Docky wins that one out. Volts a sound barrier for 2. Getting a little romantic here for Ereus. The jazzy sounds, you know, you get candlelight dinner, some smooth, soft jazz. That's what you expect when you got Volts on the battlefield. ICAV here to deliver the hits. And it's a 3v3 left on this point. Flip for Starbits. Flankers battle for hallway control. Kitsune Rush tossed in here from Starbits. ICAV with the OC to try to counter. Ooh, finds himself up close personal. Oh, IQ Mighty just lost it! Oh, IQ Mighty just lost that sound barrier. We still get trades on the point. Areas have a Kitsune Rush to work with. The downpour. Oh, Volts not saved in time. Texall tried to get that Suzu down. Could not quite. And Starbits will keep this map, keep this series alive with a fight win here on Ruins. Despite losing the sound barrier in the midst of all of that. That jagged wall will deny some healing. Lars is sped onto the objective. We will get the touch, but does not last. Zypher comes up with 2. We'll close out this point. We're heading next door to Temple.
Next, Flashpoint Temple.
It's actually a good spawn. You saw Jesper trying to move in, just anticipate the spawn, see if they can set up here. But Starbit's able to grab, you know, defensive control, the defender's advantage of the objective itself, kind of set up on this geometry. It's a quick rotation, and Lars does have a grab to work with. Excuse me, that's an overclock that has been tossed in. I don't know why those voice lines always get swapped in my head. But yeah, it was an overclock tossed in. I mean, the aura clock from Zypher to Maja, the real threat. Finds 2, including a pick on Lars, and that's going to get first cap to Starbits. Who's player of the match so far? So far, probably... I mean, it's hard to not give it to Texall, honestly. ICAV is always a monster, as is Lars, though. But Texall with that opening map. What a start. Dueling tank ults, but the bubble available to shrug off the downpour. Still, Turbo Smooth moves in and finds Volta and ICAV. No bubbles for them. Oh, I didn't see it coming. Turbo Smooth finds 4 in that fight. We get a team kill here for Starbits. That puts Turbo Smooth at 22-5, leading the lobby here, tied with Majin exactly for your elim death ratio. Jesper Shag with 1 health, gets a little bit of shielding there at the end with the CETs. Try to get some value out of this Tectonic. None to be found. Docky's Kitsune Rush now thrown in to try to keep Ereus at bay here for another 14%. Another 5 seconds or so. Volts' sound barrier fades. Texall has... Oop! I should have just left it on some Docky Pop, huh? We have a Kitsune Rush from Texall available. Trying to Shadow Stage. Turbo Smooth coming up with another pair. Turbo Smooth might just take player of the map if they keep up at this rate. Overwhelmed. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. We're headed to the other side of the map. It's Gardens is going to be your final flashpoint. See if Majin can and Starbits can keep this opening upper bracket quarterfinals going. Force this map forward. Texall delivers a beautiful opening pick. And once again, making a case for your MVP of this series. Zypher, I mean, had one of your only 2 ultimates currently online. Majin will have a downpour on online directly. Downpour looking to catch ICAV. I'm not sure it did, but Daki gets the kill. In fact, it did not catch ICAV. But you get a couple of good picks here. And despite Starbits losing, you know, the first possession, they'll win out this fight. Gain control. It was a cheeky 25%, 24% on the board there for Ereus. There was not a second. I don't think Volta Ajaxed. Is that what you're asking, Big Snicks? IQ Mighty Ajaxed earlier on that point, but Volta, I believe, did get their beat down. It was just early in that fight. Although I'm thinking 2 minutes ago, thinking in the past, right? Like, whew. IQ Mighty has managed to beat Volta to this next beat, not to be redundant. Or, I don't know, IQ Mighty might actually be playing catch-up in the number of beats in this map. That's going to be the overclock for Wildcat to start this off. Lars has the Graviton Surge. They want to use it. Majin and company just do-si-do around the objective. They are going to give up control, and with that bubble, Majin's not able to claim that kill. Wildcat finds that opening pick. And this is just going to deliver possession of the objective here to Ereus. It was a high-risk move there out of Starbits to make that rotation, to try to see if they can out-rotate Ereus. It does not work out. We saw Jesper Swag kind of lurking here. Gets the bubble to try to ambush Daki, but that will not work out either. Kitsune rush from Daki from mid. Zypher is trying to play from the outside angle. Swings in to a Graviton Surge and a massive one at that. Combo with the Tectonic Shock. That might just be enough to take this series. The Wombo combo from Ereus. The Gong of Death rings out. Purple Quasar, thank you for the follow. Does Turbo Smooth get the touch? Has been exceptional this map. Needs a blink. Will not get there. ICAF shuts it down. Will win this series out. Ereus with the 3-0 here today. Lars with their classic copy pasta. Everybody laugh until the picker turned into a cucumber. The devil shudders. And the GG's in chat. Ereus claim yet another 3-0 over the Starbit squad. Handing them 6 map losses in a row, back to back. Look how even that map 3 was. That was legitimate one fight from going to a map 4. And the stats reflect that. Very, very even. 7 to 10 kind of down the board. You have that one extra death for Jesper Swag. But general 7 to 10 team fight wins. 7 to 10 deaths for both teams. Roughly 25 to 28 elims for both teams. I mean, a little more consistent for Starbits there with Turbo and Zypher, both exactly 27 elims, but so even. You're looking at Zypher at 11.7k. You're looking at Jesper Swag at 10k damage there. A little bit extra damage for Starbits down the board. We're looking, Zypher and Majin coming up with more damage. Texal once again, even in the Lucio carry, 7k damage here with the Lucio. Lars, this time I don't leak it. Thank you, Lars. GG's! What a match! What a match!